Welcome back to the channel, guys. It's actually the same day as the video of my rotors. It's really late right now. I just got out the shower. Man, that rotor video was killing me. As you could see in the rotor video, I didn't record everything. I was very short with giving instructions, and I recorded very little. And that's because the pollen tree right next in front of my house, it was just, the sinuses were killing me. I was sneezing all day, my eyes were tearing, so that job took longer than expected because I just could not stop sneezing the whole time. Alright guys, forgive this video, it's a little bit all over the place, but before we get started with this video, I'm not going to show how to take the rotor and caliper off in this video because I did it in the rotor video. So if you get stuck at any point, you could go back to the rotor video, check out how I took out the brake caliper and rotor in that video. If you get stuck and I don't explain exactly what to do in that video, you could always check out guys like Danny Johnson. They go very in depth on how to take out these parts, but this tutorial is pretty much on how to paint your calipers. So in this video I'm going to show you how to paint your calipers with it on the car and with it off the car. And with that being said, let's start the show. So for the brake calipers, it's actually pretty much the same thing. The most important thing with the brake calipers is not leaving grease on the brake calipers itself. So I'm gonna take the brake pads off, so there's no grease on there. I don't get no spray, nothing like that on there. I already took the brake calipers off, and I'll show you guys quickly how I did that. And the only difference from the front one is super easy. The front one has two bolts, 15 millimeter in the back. You take them off and it just slides right off. Everything comes off. The brake comes off and the rotor comes off, and that's it. Simplest system there is. Now for the back, it's a little bit more different. Same thing. You have two 15 millimeter bolts, and the only difference is you're gonna have this wire right here that gets in the way. So this wire goes inside of, it's inside of a clip behind the caliper. You're just gonna grab it with some pliers, pull it out of where it's being held, and then come towards the front of the vehicle. So you're gonna come towards the front from this side, and I grabbed mine from right here and I just pulled it out. So you got to be pretty firm with it. Just go ahead, yank it out. The first one is a little stuck in there, so you just gotta force it out. There's no way around it. If you don't take that out first, you can't get to the bottom 15 millimeter bolt. So once you get one of them out, the other one's very easy. So if you're having trouble with one side, try the other side. Maybe it'll be a lot easier. So let's talk about cleaning up the area as well. So I have some steel brushes that I'm gonna be cleaning the hub. As you could see, there's all this rust on the hub. I'm gonna be giving that a quick wipe down all the way around the car, as well as you need degreaser to degrease your brake caliper. You need to clean it with the steel brushes, and then it's gonna have a way better look, and the paint will attach to it better. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. My sinuses are already acting up, so I'm not gonna record everything. I'm just gonna go ahead and do it, and then I'll show you guys in a bit. As you can see, I don't know if the camera's gonna pick it up, but there's a bunch of pollen and dust on the car, and that's exactly why I bought the car cover. If you want to see the review, that's up already. But it actually rained this morning, so yesterday I didn't continue with the job because I was still getting allergies, and I wasn't gonna deal all night with that. So it rained today and all the pollen got washed away, so I'm gonna take advantage. So what I got going on here is You see, I took the box, and there's a bucket under it holding it up, so I'm gonna spray in there, as well as I'm gonna cover what I can with this bag so you don't get any spray but on the caliper. And I went ahead and cleaned it with alcohol. I brushed it with my steel brushes, and this is about as good as it's gonna get. What I mostly focused was on the front part, this whole area, because this is what's gonna be visible to the eye. So just make sure that this area right here is as clean as possible. That's what everybody's gonna see. Make sure that you mask your lines that you don't want to get paint on, and your rubber pieces, as well as your pistons. So everything's masked up and ready to go. I'm gonna shoot my primer, and then we'll take a look at it once it's done. Alright guys, so you're gonna want to make sure that you hit different angles. Make sure you get even coverage all around. Alright guys, this is the first coat. I went with black paint. Obviously the car is black, so I'm sticking to a black and silver theme since the wheels are already silver. The caliper will stand out more if it's black. So that's my first coat. I'm gonna let it dry for a bit, and then I'll go and turn it around and give it some other coats. But that's pretty much it. You could stop at this step, but what I do, the only thing I add different is this gloss clear, just to give it a little bit protection for chips and wear. So this is an optional step. It's up to you if you want to add this, but I usually add it. Alright guys, check it out. This is the other way that you could also do this. If you're not doing the rotors like I am, you could actually not take everything off. You don't have to take the caliper off. So let me show you guys what I did. So you grab a bag, wrap it over the rotor like this, tuck as much as you can, and cover as much as you can. And for the rest of it, just mask it with tape. So this part in here, everything in here, the components, and the rubber bushings as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and mask those up, and then I'll show you guys how it looks like when I'm done. Okay guys, so after you mask it, this is pretty much what it's gonna look. Just make sure you mask everything, the brake pads, the hardware in there, the rubber parts, and only metal is showing. And as you can see, for the rest I used a bag. So now you can go ahead and spray it with the color of your choice. Alright guys, finally I'm all done with the painting the calipers. It looks a whole lot better. I don't have any more rust on my wheel well. My wheels are clean, my rotors are painted, and my calipers are painted. So it's going to give it a overall more modern look, more clean look, having less rust and a lot of grime and dirt on there. When my wheels are clean, also the inside, the brake part is going to be clean. Today I got all 3 other rotors done and brake calipers, and that's because it rained last night, so none of that pollen was getting to me. So I took advantage and I just knocked it out as fast as I could before that pollen starts picking back up. But I'm all done, and I'll show you guys what it looks like right now. Alright, so here's the back wheels guys. I do have spacers on there, and this is what the caliper's looking like. Like I said, once I press on the brakes, it's going to clean up the rest of the overspray, and it's going to look a lot better. This part of the caliper doesn't show, so all you're going to see is that part and this. As for the front, I already put the wheels on. I wanted to see what it looked like, and as you could see, I actually sanded down the Cobra logo so that you could see it. It's debossed, so it comes out of the caliper, so you could sand it after you're done painting it, and it's just gonna give you a metal finish. So as you could see, now there's no rust back there. Once I hit the brakes and that line gets more perfect, the wheels all clean, it's gonna give the car a way better look. And I'll show you guys a before and after picture. Let me finish putting the wheels back together, and then I'll put the car on the ground.
I'm just all about this money, I don't think about no thought. Girl, you don't know about me, so get off my fucking D. Born and raised in the dot, this is real as you gon' see. Girl, you don't know about me, so get off my fucking D.